All right, family. I want to welcome you to another family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey. What's up?
Yeah. That's
As
what's
we get
up.
started, it is a pleasure to see everyone again with the smiling faces. I think y'all got a lot of energy already. I'm feeling it, Big B.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're bringing the energy today. They're bringing the energy. Maybe it's the music. Is it the music? Maybe it's the samba.
Gotta be the music,
It might
man.
be the music.
The
It's gotta
samba.
be the music. Well, I hope everyone is doing well.
Yes.
And I want to say, first of all, happy Juneteenth to everyone. We went through that whole thing. It's a great celebration to think about what we've all gone through, but it was a great celebration. Hope you had it with your family and you also celebrated with honor. This is the time we've been waiting for this one. So keep that in mind. That we got to always remember for these days. They won't remember for us, so we got to do it ourselves. Got it? All right, I want to start it off. We're going to start off this evening, and let's give a hand over there to the host with the most. That is Bill 1L Morgan.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Bring us back to the main screen, Dr. P. Bring us back to the main screen, Dr. P.
All right. I'm trying to get there, buddy.
I know. Oh, boy.
All right, I'm trying to bring you back there, buddy.
Yeah, man. There we go. All right.
That looked like it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I think so.
Yeah, we got a little inside thing going on here. I was having computer problems all week, man. And, it's amazing that, you got so much stuff on your computer. It's time to upgrade. And so I had to do an upgrade.
Yeah.
So all of the clicks and buzzes, when you get a new computer, everything changes. The platform changes. Everything is new. So you got to do a lot of updates. So that's what I'm in the middle of. And everything is totally different with a new computer. You got stuff where it used to be, it ain't there no more.
Wow.
I'm like, so bear with me if we're moving a little bit out of order here on this side. But Big B, tell me what's going on in the world, buddy. You doing all right over there?
And listen, I'm terrific. We had just a little bit of a miss over here today. Nothing serious. But you know what? Like I say, Daddy had the nerve to tap me on the shoulder and say, "Get up." He don't know what he did. He released me to the world. Look out now.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Got up this morning.
So it's a good day, man. And I think everyone should remember,
right.
Every day you wake up, you do know that everything doesn't have to work, right? So when things get a little crazy, go back and say, "Daddy, what I got to do? Where I got to go?" And guess what? You click it in there and make things start happening.
Be thankful.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Thankful.
Yes, indeed. That's all I'm saying, Dr. P. Yes.
I always say be thankful, man.
I'm grateful.
You get bored and things get a little bit out of order and you feel like you're out of like sync with the world, start being thankful. Start thinking prayers for the things that you do have.
Indeed.
All right, we're going to get started this evening. And remember, if you are first time calling in or you are dialing in, we welcome you. And this is the Family Tree. And we're talking about everything that's natural, organic, holistic, things that we don't hear on the radio or television and things in the magazines. But this is the place where we take the ancient concept of, the family tree, where you gather around the sacred tree. And guess what? You talk about the issues of the world, whatever you're dealing with. That's where we would take it to, because the family is what we call social security. Right?
So very true.
Security.
That's
and
right.
What's the social security? It's your family.
It's your family.
How about that?
Yep.
So we want to make sure that you continuously use this as a resource, as a platform for your family. Anything you're going through, bring it to the table. If we have a question, we'll try to answer it for you. If we don't have it, we'll try to find a way to get it for you. So down on your message board at the very bottom, you can see an area where you see reactions. If you have a question, concern, anything on your testimony, on your heart, anything that you want to share with us today, just click that and raise your hand, and then you'll go up in the top and you'll have your hand up there like Big B. I think Big B can show you, or some people already have their hands
there you
up.
go. My hands up. Right there.
Your hands up. And we'll try to get to your question.
Yes.
If you are
Dr.
someone...
Paul, we can't hear you because your music is really loud.
I don't hear it.
Playing.
Carmela?
My music's not playing.
I don't
The
hear
music's
it.
not playing.
Music.
I'm sorry, I'm playing the music.
That's your music.
See that? You better stop, girl.
I'm sorry, I'm playing the music. Sorry.
See that? Turn your music on.
Oh boy, that's amazing. I love that.
That's all right, Carmela. We good. We good. All right. I was checking now. I was like, wait a minute.
I saw your eyes looking
Trying to
left
get
and right.
off now. Sorry.
Carmela, you got me checking over here. Like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? Did I hit it? What?
Oh
All
man.
right. All right, y'all got me good on that one. All right. So listen, as I was saying, if you have a question or a concern, you can put your name in the chat down there, raise your hand, and we'll get to you. Or if you have a question, you can put it in the chat box.
Yes.
And Prophet is over there, which we want to give her a shout out. There
Yes,
she
yes,
is,
yes.
Prophetess Lisa.
That's
Fingers,
right.
aka Fingers.
Yes,
She's
sir.
going to pull it out of there and she'll chat in there. And, you know, she'll also, and after I'm finished, I'm going to check. Bill's going to tell you how you can get the chat information and we can email that to you if you want a transcript of tonight. All right. So also, if you're last one, I don't want to forget the people who are calling in. If you're calling in and you missed the prompt that said to raise your hand, you know, make sure we will just let us aware that you're on the line and that you may have missed that prompt, and we'll try to get you a question. Okay.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Oh, remember, this is the family tree and there are no dumb questions.
Yes,
The only dumb question was the one you didn't ask.
Don't
right?
ask. There you go. Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
right.
Sir.
That's right. So, you know, the only security you got is a what? Social security. Social security. Now that's going to be your family. Got it? Not a check, but it's your family. So we're going to start off as I let more folks come in. Big B, tell us where they can get. Also, before we start off, tell them where they can actually send an email to get a transcript of tonight.
As always, guys, if you want to get an email, just not an email, get a copy of the chat for that. Make sure you send me an email. You send that to meccavideo@gmail.com. That's meccavideo@gmail.com. Prophet already has it in the chat. So you just make sure you run up and down there, guys, and take a look at it and make sure that way you get it for yourself, and then you can share it with someone else, because you know what, it's always better to have the chat while you view the video, because we also, when the program is over, Dr. P gets the information to me and I transcribe it and edit a little bit, and then we pop it up and put it up on Facebook, on my page, and on Dr. Paul's page, so that you have a chance to take a look at it and you can view the notes right along with watching the video. It's always great information. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. So Big B, tell us what's going on from our favorite website, because, you know, we still in the pandemic, and, you know, even though they might have said we're not in the pandemic, but then Fauci he didn't call it. So wait a minute. Are we in? Are we out? What's going on? Look. Tell me, Big B, from our favorite website.
Say, look, no, I don't trust nobody if his name ain't Jesus. Okay. Listen, guys, updated 16 minutes ago. Our quick facts from our favorite website, okay? That's ncov2019.live. That's ncov2019.live. So here we go. Our quick facts. Total confirmed cases, 546,391,539, okay? Total critical cases, 36,318. Total deceased, 6,344,763. Total active at the moment, 20,958,370. Okay. Mental health moment, Dr. P. Sorry, I got you. 20 million, guys. No, I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Total recover. That's the mental health moment. 518,902,372. So
wow,
that's great information, guys.
That's great. That's awesome information. We got to, utilize this website. Stay on it. We've been starting with this. I've been talking about this, Big B, since we first started the pandemic, the pandemic.
Yes, even before the
pandemic, we started talking about this website. Utilize it. It's got great information. It tells you by, per capita where you're coming from. Anywhere in the world, you can go to the site. That's ncov2019.live. Utilize that information, because you need to know and be encouraged to understand that people are getting well. It's 518 million people.
Yes, sir.
And that's 518 million people have recovered. You have not heard anything like this on television or radio of any sort. This is what people, I think, need. We need a healing moment, and the healing moment starts with information. So go utilize that website. All right. Okay, we can get started there. Big V, you got somebody in the chat there?
Yeah, man. You know what? There's one other people want to know about excuse me, Wade. He says, I want information on gout/uric acid. Please help me.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to the favorite topic, the pH. That's
yes.
it.
Uh-huh.
pH balance, your pH is off. When you start to have, you remember, if you think about uric acid, just like any acid in the body, acidosis is the body attempting to correct the problem, eating the foods that are dead. Now the body says, you put me in a crisis point, then I got to find some alkaline from somewhere. The only way we thrive is in an alkaline state. That means your red and your white blood cells are flowing in an alkaline spin. And that spin is, which direction is that, by the way? Is that to the left or to the right? Anybody remember what that is? What spin is alkaline? Is that to the left or to the right? Because energy spins.
To the right.
It's to the right or to the left? Alkaline is to the right or to the left?
To the right. That's what I'm hearing is the right.
Who said to the right? Who said to the right?
I
did.
That was
I
who was
said
that? Who
to the
was
right.
Laverne says, I did. That was Laverne.
To the right.
Diane.
Diane, you said that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's gonna ride with Laverne and Diane? And it's to the right. Who's gonna ride with them? Is that it? Is it right? Half of y'all looking at, I ain't commenting.
I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
I ain't saying nothing.
We're going to wait until you tell us.
Cheryl, what you scared? Go ahead, Cheryl. Tell out now. Cut it out.
It's going to pop to the right. Okay. Yeah. Is it to the right? Are they, is that something? Let me look at who else is in here. Yeah. Is it to the right? It's to the right. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Lady says yes.
No.
Some of y'all ain't even voting. Y'all going like this.
Hey, like this.
Y'all going like this. I see y'all. I see you down there, Lydia.
Alkaline to the right on the chart.
There you go. Right. All right. I think that's a guarantee right there. It is to the right. So if it's a spin to the right, got it? That means the alkaline is flowing, that your body, the cells tend to move away in nice space and they have energy. You got it? But when you start to spin to the left and you start to tear down, that's an acid spin. That means you're going into what charge is that? A negative or a positive, by the way?
Negative.
Charge.
Negative.
That male principle.
Negative.
Positive charge.
Positive.
I might have to do some pop quizzing on here.
Positive.
Wait a minute. Is negative is negative alkaline or acid?
Acid.
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 It's alkaline. It's alkaline.
Alkaline.
Alkaline is negative.
Boy, oh boy, we're going to go over that one again.
All
right, remember now, negative is alkaline. Alkaline spins to the right. Remember? Got it?
That's
so
the
negative
principle.
So really, when somebody says you need to be more positive, you really should say, I really need to be more negative. That's really what you should be saying, right? Because that's the negative charge, it's the alkalinity. That's the ion, negative ion, which actually brings life to everything. When you start to get that positive charge, that's where bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cancer, all of that COVID, all that stuff lives in that positive charge. So when you start to now have foods that are all in the positive charge, what you think you're going to get? You got it. All of that goes with that. Remember the scripture that says only life begets life. So only if you eat life can you get life. So if you're in a state of acidosis or you're tearing down with uric acid, that's the body attempting to now go after the alkaline that's left in your body. And guess where that is? Usually in the calcium in your bones. So I'm going to go after that foot. I'm going to go after that foot. I'm going to go after that ankle. I'm going to go after them knees. Oh, I love them hips. Go after them hips. You start, man, like, man, my hips is killing me, man. What is
Kicking
up with my back?
my hips is kicking my humps,
shoulder,
boy.
My shoulder is killing me. What is going on? Acid. Because of what you're eating. It's usually also dehydration is the key also. So you got to watch the water you're drinking. So with uric acid, one of the biggest problems with uric acid comes from eating too much meat. Number one, meat, which creates which basically creates ability too much nitrogen in the body, which means now start to go after those knees. Some people who have a lot of inflammation, osteoporosis, issues with rheumatism comes from eating too much meat. Number one. Number two, also too much acid forming foods. Watch the shrimp, the lobsters, the crabs, things like that. It's all the diet, y'all. It's all diet. So I would do a food check first to see where things are. And then you can do your check your pH. So Big B, who actually asked that question? That was the brother. That was who?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Wade.
It was Wade.
Wade, yeah, Wade, definitely you gotta get that, you gotta get your pH checked, get your pH strips. You see that that formula, you remember that formula we have? You gotta check your pH, man. If everybody just check your pH, you're gonna know where you are.
Wrote it down here somewhere.
There you go. Lydia just showed it up on there. So you can also go to the website. Yep, there you go. You can also go to the website. You can download on my website, drpaulherbs.com. Go to download and you'll see the log. Wherever you see the log, it's the detox log. At the very bottom of the detox log is the formula. Okay, so you can actually download that. So that's what I would recommend. But you got to stay away from the acid stuff, y'all. You can't get nothing. It's all food choices. In America, we're in a food desert.
Amen. That's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the truth. Okay. Jerome says, what are the health benefits of infrared saunas?
Infrared saunas are very good. I love infrared saunas. Not like the cold saunas. Infrared saunas don't heat you up to the point. Cold saunas heat you up too hot. Like the ones you go into, like the sweat saunas and stuff where they got the colds. They get it too hot. They get you too hot to the point where you're really past the point. It can be too close to the boiling temperature of blood, which is around 108. So it gets you too high, and then that causes too much heat on the brain. That can be dangerous. So be careful. Right. Infrared works from the inside out. And I laugh because Dr. Ethel, I don't know if Dr. Ethel, if I got to bring Dr. Ethel on one day. Yeah. She said, you got to try my infrared sauna. I said, I ain't trying to do no saunas. She said, you come on in and do the sauna. So I go in. She says, all right, when you go in, you take your clothes off. You got nothing but like the towel around you, and they give you water. So I'm sitting in there. It's like a little bamboo thing. You sit in, you got a bench on both sides. So I go in and I sit down and I say, okay, she says, now you can't stay in here long. You can't stay past about 30 minutes. So you got to come on out. All right. I say, okay, no problem. So I'm sitting in there. She played the little sound music, the wind and the waves and stuff. So I'm sitting in there. It's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and ain't nothing happening. And I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on here. This thing ain't working. So 15, 20 minutes. 25 minutes. I said, well, this thing ain't nothing. I only got 5 more minutes in here because I can't stay longer than 30. And soon as I said that, Big B, it looked like somebody opened up the door and threw a bucket of water on me. That's exactly what it felt like. I went from plain, just dry as a bone to literally soaking wet in a matter of a fraction of a second, man. Wow. It was amazing. Wow. I said, whoa, what just happened? That means it triggers from the inside out. When it reaches a certain temperature, reaches that level, and then releases everything at one, and you start to detox like crazy. Even after you leave out of there, you're going to be detoxing for about 48 hours, even after you've done that. So you're constantly detoxing. It's a great thing to experience. Matter of fact, I became one of her best clients. I would just call her up I would call up, hey, Ethel. She said, I'm already heating it up for you.
Hey,
I
you
was
got to make sure you put that info in, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, and that's Dr. Ethel Wilson. If you still want it, I think she's still doing it. You can give her a call. Prophetess, you got Dr. Ethel Wilson's number? If not, I will give it out.
I will look to see. I don't think so.
I got it right here. And give her a call. She has also the detox, the foot detox, and also she does the infrared sauna detox, foot detox, and also colonics. She's doing colonics also.
Okay.
So if you're interested in doing that, the natural holistic way, her number is 610-585-0493. Got it? Give her a call. She did just do.
Where is she located at?
She's right off of Broad Street, somewhere around Broad, not too far from Broad and Erie, somewhere around that area. I don't know the exact. I don't have her address in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't
you.
have the address in front of me, but give her a call. Okay.
I'll put the number in the chat, guys, if you're
Alrighty.
looking for it.
But yes. Infrared saunas, I do. And then there was I had a buddy of mine did some research that there's far infrared also. There's far infrared, which actually is even a little better. So if you get far infrared, that actually works even better because that one tends to have a better effect. That's a different bulb that's actually in the sauna. So the far infrared is even better. Yeah, there's certain bulbs that you can put in there to get a better effect. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Here's another one here from, I guess this is Rebecca. Says, what can I take for the following? I guess it's esophageal hiatal hernia and erosive esophageal, is that dilated? Erosive esophagus and the real gastritis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What can they do about that?
Yep. And I would ask more questions, but definitely when you're dealing with hiatal hernias of any kind, hernia just means that you got skin that's poking through, or actually intestines that's poking through. You have broken skin there. And you can have a hiatal or you can have an inguinal. Most men, like you may call it a sports hernia, and it actually affects the lower left or the right side of the groin area, and it actually causes a bulge there, and that's basically just intestines sliding out. So we have to do a couple of things because that means usually inflammation in the intestines. Number one, we start with detoxing first because you have to take the weight off of the intestines. Usually the weight is what's pushing it. It's the hardest injury to repair because of gravity. Because when you get up, when you basically, it starts to heal, just like a wound starts to heal overnight. As soon as you get up, you start walking and it starts opening up again. It's like a wound that keeps opening up. So what's happening, what you do, there is a formula that we have, and you can write this down. And this is for anyone with a hiatal hernia or any, it could also be inguinal. And this is a formula that I found that tends to be one of the best on the market. And this is not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul, right? It's by a company called Magi, and it's called Hawthornia. Hawthornia. And this is not to be confused with hawthorn berries.
Right.
Got it? Not to be confused with hawthorn berries. But this is a formula that has been proven through, they'll even tell you that, some of the best, if you go online and just do a lot of research, you'll see that this is the only formula that literally starts to draw. It has some of the strongest astringent herbs. You know what astringent herbs are? They draw in. Got it? Because remember, what we're dealing with intestines that are poking out, or they've broken the skin and they're coming out. So you got to pull that back. But number one is you got to get your gut in order. And that means you got to stop eating heavy foods. So no heavy foods while you're doing this. So what's heavy food? Anybody tell me what's some heavy food?
Meat.
Meat.
Heavy meats. Yep.
Meat, bread. dairy, cheese,
Pasta.
bananas.
Potatoes.
Bananas. Yes, bananas. You can't be messing with bananas if you have a hernia. That's correct.
Wow.
So what you're doing is just staying off anything with heaviness. You got to start to lighten it up because number one, you got to detox. In most cases with inflammation, it could be bacterial, could be viral, could be parasitic that's causing the inflammation. So that's why we start with a detox first, cleanse that colon. You know, we start going through a test, you know, is the person overweight? You know, what is their ideal weight? Because that has a lot to do with it also. Sometimes it's your job. People are lifting. A lot of men get hernias because of the way they're lifting. They're lifting with their back instead of their legs. Also, sports injuries happen a lot with sports. You'll see hernias from playing, you know, baseball, basketball, football, whatever. You get a hernia. Now, they've given them the normal allopathic correction for this is to do a mesh, usually a mesh on either the left or the side or wherever that is. We tend to know that the mesh causes problems. Sometimes you can get infections from the mesh. And there are lawsuits and law cases that are going on for those infected by mesh because they never take the thing in consideration that when they measure the mesh for you, for the area to hold up, to close the hole, they never tell you that, wait a minute, you may lose weight or you may gain weight. So that mesh is either going to expand or it's going to shrink. And that can cause a problem. And that's going to be open. So usually there's a large percentage of those who had the surgery have to go back and get it redone again at some point in time. So what does it correct you to do? To do it the right way, the right time. Now, there have been a lot of people who've had some very serious complications from this also, which led to death by infection from these things. That's why the lawsuits are there. So I would challenge anyone that has a hernia or you know someone who has a hernia, try to start with dietary. Then you would grab those things that I told you, that Hawthornia by that company called Magi. Prophetess, can you grab that online?
The link is already in the chat, Dr. Paul.
All right. Good. Boy,
It's already
I
there.
think I am.
I can't even get it out of my mouth fast enough, man. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. All right.
Prophetess don't be playing, man. She be handling the business.
So Wayne Avenue and Pollock Herbs do have this formula. Wayne Avenue and Pollock. I made sure that they had it because there's a lot of people who have that. Both men and women have hernia issues, you know. So we got to address though the parasitic issues, the bacteria and the viral issues. Got it? So that's my response to that. Okay.
Okay. Now,
all right, anything else, B?
let me see. There's one other here. Want to grow your own veggies and fruits indoors? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That's not a question. Prophet put that in there, so just so the folk would know how you can do that. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Aquaponics or hydroponics.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I got my seeds, y'all. I got my seeds.
Did you?
Y'all want to see my seeds? I got my seeds.
Uh-oh,
yes,
see?
I got my heirloom seeds. I got them yesterday.
See, he be
I'll
getting
show
happy,
y'all
y'all.
before we leave.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm happy now. I'm real happy because I'm.
All right, let's go up and catch Lawrence up in the corner, Dr. P.
It comes with a little gardening bag with the, you know, with the spade. It's all that. It's nice.
That's what's up. All right, Lawrence, I see you up in the corner. What you got, buddy?
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. First thing I want to do is I want to thank you, Dr. Paul. Your the green drink has really helped me. You know, I've talked to you before about my kidneys and all of that. And so look, at the end of the day, what's going on is the chemo has wreaked a certain amount of havoc that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life. And the big final come down, because the white blood cells are coming up and the GFR has gotten better. So the one thing that's a problem is hemoglobin, and I'm anemic. Now, they want to give me something called Aranesp. And this is the first thing I read up on, that within a paragraph, I said, wow, y'all cats gotta be crazy. And they called me and told me that that out of pocket was gonna cost $464. So I said, well, this. I guess I'm dead. I ain't gonna never, because this is not gonna happen. I mean, this med is so crazy. It literally tells you that if you had head neck cancer, which I did, the likelihood of your remission shortening. Listen to how backwards they said that. The likelihood of your remission shortening after using this med is highly possible. So I'm like, okay, no. So should I just continue? Is there anything I should eat to help get these red blood cells up?
Well, I'm going to back you up, because the first thing you said what? You said you had damage from long years of chemo. Right. That you said that what? That you said
it's
you
going to be
probably,
with me. Yeah.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lie. Let's start there first. Got it?
Okay.
See, you got to make up your mind that this is going to be a breakthrough. It's going to come back. And if there's an example, you're going to be the one.
Yes.
So you got to right now get your mind right.
There you go.
Start there. Start
right.
there. You're gonna get whatever you put out in the universe.
Amen.
Got it? So let's start there first.
Yes.
All right.
Somebody today. I was talking to somebody today. You remember I was telling y'all about abracadabra?
Yes.
Remember I said abracadabra?
Yes.
The word abracadabra, you know, it's using the magic, the little kid with the rabbit in the hat. Say, abracadabra, abracadabra. But didn't you know that the Hebrew word, that's a Hebrew word.
Right.
That goes back to, guess what? May I create what I say.
Shut up. Well.
Right. Right.
Which gives you control.
That means what you believe, brother. You're powerful.
Amen.
We are powerful. We are powerful.
Okay.
And what we put out in the universe will obey your beck and call. Man, so is the man thinketh, so he is. So when you start to say, my body's getting right every day, you know, I was telling someone that I do an affirmation every morning. I said, I accept and receive only what is good and all is great and all is awesome and all is wonderful.
I know that's
every
right.
day.
Yeah, I know that's
what you
right.
need to be saying. Got it? In full health. So when you do that, now you start to attack the situation with the life in your speech and your spirit. And now you move with the herbs. Now, when you move with those herbs, you start to continue to do what you're doing. Check your pH. Because remember, cancer can't live in an all alkaline state. We just talked about the spinning of the right versus the left. You know, you want to spin to the right. And when you're doing it, if those numbers are changing, Lawrence, that means you're starting to spin the other way. But
there you go. There you go.
So remember, it ain't gonna happen overnight, but with consistency and the right spirit, guess what? You're gonna turn it all around.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So that's why I would say keep being encouraged, stay on the path. You know, we're reversing things that have been taking place for a long time. The average cancer sits in the body for about 15 years before it starts to manifest. So you're reversing 15, at least minimum 15 years of just bad food, bad stuff, whatever. So now trust the system. I'm like MBs, trust the process. It's a perfect system created by a genius. So you're doing what you're doing. Keep doing that.
All right, I got
what you're doing.
I thank you very much. I got another one. This one deals with, I go to the gym. I told you I'm very active. So we're to a point now where the strength training I would like to take or something for muscle building. However, I see whey protein is not going to be happening. So what's happening? What should I take?
I always recommend, which is actually a very good one for you, by the way, would be brewer's yeast. Would be the Lewis Lab brewer yeast. Lewis Lab.
Okay.
Now, and the reason why I chose Lewis Lab, because they are the ones that I followed them for many, many years.
The one we
Let's
have
see.
is just as good.
Let's see. Brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast. And this is because this particular company literally moved to the Netherlands, and they have the highest form, one of the highest forms of brewers yeast you're going to find. They grow it on beets specifically. And
Oh,
they
it's great
moved
for
it.
me. Yeah.
They moved it to, yep, let me tell you. And whenever you want it, and it has all the amino acids and the breakdown of everything that you need for the building blocks of the cell. Got it? So in this case, you need cell food.
Yes.
So that's good. So add that to your green drink. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Got it?
Yeah.
You might be fat next time I see you, Lawrence.
No, not the way I'm working. I don't want to be swole either.
You gonna be swole up next time, I say. That ain't the Lawrence I saw last week.
No, we're gonna do this right. Amen. Thank you very much. I love you. Appreciate you too.
Okay. Thanks,
Lawrence,
Ron.
is that you, buddy? Lawrence be like, yeah. Say, yeah, what'd y'all say, man? What y'all say? Yo.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right,
Thank you,
man. Okay, where can you get good grape seeds with seeds? Good grape seeds.
Good question. I know there are some places that have the globe grapes, but they're hard to find, y'all. They're very hard. It may be even best to order online some heirloom grape seeds and plant them in your backyard. That's how it's really that hard. What was the grapes? There was a specific grapes I used to talk about a lot.
It begins with an M. Muscadine. Yeah, muscadine.
Yeah, that's
Thank you,
right.
Thank you, Mel.
Right. Y'all got good memories, boy. Y'all must have been taking y'all herbs. Go ahead.
And the green ones are scuppernongs.
Yeah, see the those are.
Hey guys, put those in the chat so the folk have it when I send out the list, okay?
Yep. Those specific grapes actually destroy chlorine. That's amazing. They took like those grapes and they put the seeds and they had like chlorine water and it literally put it right into a cup and it dissolves it like immediately, wipes out the chlorine. So if you feel that you've exposed to chlorine, yep. And someone was telling me they have them right in their backyard.
Wow.
And they live, yep. So you can grow these grapes.
Yes, my uncle has a grapevine. You can grow them.
Yep.
Yep, you can grow them. They're growing right in North Philly. I got folks in North Philly saying they got grapevines right
We had them in South
North
Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can grow them.
Dr. Paul.
Yep.
There is a produce store up. Can't think of the name of it, but it's up off Shelton Avenue. I think it's Shelton and Green. A little further up Green, past Shelton. If anyone knows what, but that's where I get I have to go.
Called JN.
I get my globe and my muscadine grapes from there.
Yeah. Say that again. Did you put that in the chat? Where is that from?
It's called JN Produce at Green and Harvey.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, you talking about Green and Harvey? I know a Green and Harvey. I didn't know they have them right there at Green and Harvey.
What did you say it was called? J and what?
JNN. JNN.
Right.
Yeah, I used to shop there all the time. Yep, I used to go there all the time. So muscadine is one that we use muscadine for literally purifying chlorine. Excellent for cleaning water, purifying water of things like that. So pathogens, anything that's in you can put a little bit of those grape seeds. You can crush them up. Remember, seeds in general are the core of the essence of the grape. So actually the flesh is the byproduct of the seed. So when you eat the seed, you can take the seed of just about anything and reproduce another and another and another. And by just drying it out, and usually when you dry it out, it starts to sprout. So what happens is we could take anything and regenerate it. But what they're doing is they're putting what's called a termination gene in there. or what they are doing is removing or modifying the they're modifying the starch in these things, and they're putting these things manganese. They're modifying the manganese, and therefore it can't grow anymore. So now it terminates the seed. So now they take that termination and then they patent it. Now they got a patent on a certain seed that doesn't reproduce. Got it? So so that's what's happening. So some of these, fruits and things that you buy and you look at them, and some of those seeds, start grabbing your seeds. Get the heirloom seeds. Those are the organics that you're looking for. All right. And I'll show y'all my seed pack in a few minutes. Let me see if I can maybe grab that. Okay, what's the next question there?
Okay, well, I'm trying to eat right and walk daily, but I still can't lose weight. What can I do?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm going to tell you. I hear this all the time. It usually starts with assimilation. I talk about assimilation all the time. People are not assimilating the nutrients. And then when you're not assimilating, your body says, hey, we are starving. So that means when we put it on the extra pounds and the extra weight, and you're saying, well, wait a minute, I can't be that I'm starving. Yeah, you're anemic. Your body believes you are starving. When you are wanting good energy, your body burns carbohydrates, right? Carbs are complex carbohydrates. It's quick energy. That's your energy that you need to stay alert, to stay on point. That's what your body needs to burn when you're in the top gear. But when you are malnutrition, because you're not assimilating, usually your gut is blocked from all these GMOs, processed foods, or you got everything from, refined sugar, refined salt. A lot of people taking a lot of probiotics are jacking up your villi, and they telling you it's good for you. It's not. And guess what? You either block, damage, or wipe out that villi. So that villi, that's the little hairs in your gut that take the nutrients out of food and bring it into you. It gets blocked, damaged, or wiped out. You can't assimilate nothing. And the body says, well, I can't bring this into the body. So what can I do? I'm going to push it, and it goes right into the lymphatic system. That's why everybody's having all these lymphatic issues, lymphoma, issues with blocked areas where they're around the neck area. You got them under the armpits. Then we call it dirty blood or tired blood. You can't get it out. So how are you trying to get it out? You can't start. The only way you can get it out is to sweat it out. But people aren't sweating. You're not exercising. Got to see how one problem is happening. You can't get it in and you can't get it out. So now it sits in your system and you become like a walking cesspool. Wow. That's what's happening. And that's the perfect breeding ground for cancer, for diabetes, for high blood pressure, all this stuff. Because it's just sitting there and it's going to get gunked up in your body. And you just keep eating and you keep eating and you're still not assimilating. Guess what? Tired all the time. You got it, bloating, gas. You eat and feel like you still didn't eat nothing. You got to still eat. So all of these things are a part of why we can't lose weight. And when you start to do this, the first thing you got to do, that's why the green drink is the most powerful thing you can have. That's the highest alkaline from the land and the sea. That starts to get the gut back together so you can start assimilating. Because right now, when your body says that I can't keep burning these carbs, I got to start to go to a fuel source because we're going to run out of energy. So it stops burning carbs and switches over to burning fat for energy. Now, we got a whole industry of health professionals telling people to take these keto diets. Let me tell you, the keto is not the way to go. You're going against the body. You cannot burn fat for energy. You got it? Don't burn fat for energy. If you burn fat for energy, you are in a crisis. Your body thinks that there is no food left. We must be on a desert island. And it starts, and your body is literally saying, we better store up.
I'm
so I want to store up all this fat because I believe we starving. That's why you can't lose no weight, because you seem like the more you take a little bit of something and you start getting bloated, like, man, I just had a little bit of something, I'm blowing up. That's because the body says we got to store this up because you're starving. Got it? Y'all follow me on this? This is Mike on Mike. Big B, this is Mike on.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So when you storing up this fat, right? Your body says, okay, I'm storing up this fat because we're in a crisis. And if I burn fat, we'll stay alive longer because fat burns slow. So now you not only are burning fat and it's slow energy, but now you start to have that issues of feeling slow. Like you start somebody talking to you and you just falling asleep right when they talking to you.
Yeah.
Somebody talk to you, say, yeah, girl, yeah, you on the phone. Anybody ever fall asleep on you on the phone?
Yes.
Hey, are you asleep? You was asleep. No, I wasn't. I wasn't asleep. That was me.
I
That was
just
dog.
rested my eyes
That
for a
was the
minute.
dog. That was yep, falling asleep on people. Got it? That's a sign of being fatigued because of lack of energy. You're burning fat for energy. It fires off in your urine, and that's when we look in the urine and we see this thing called ketones. So if you're burning ketones and we see it in your urine, that means you got to start to now get more nutrients. What is nutrients? Complex carbohydrates, which is what? Anything green. Got it? But it's the hard part to get folks to take the green drink 3 times a day. You got to take it. You got to get it in because you're moving around a lot. And it takes a lot to burn. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it is a meal replacement. It's a meal supplement. And also it is a multivitamin. So when you start to now take the green drink, body says, oh, I ain't got to hold on to this fat no more. Let me get rid of it. Now, switch back over. Oh, we got a dog over there. Switch back over. And now you start burning. You're burning carbs again. Now the fat falls off you so fast, makes your head spin. Got it? That's the way this thing works. And I had so many people that have come through, brothers and sisters. They said, wow, when I started to really feed the body and the gut got in order, got my exercise right, fell off me so fast. It was amazing. I had one sister told me, she told me once, she says, she lost so much weight, I didn't even recognize since she came back in. And she says, people at my job is hating on me like a mug. They said they thought I had the lap band surgery. She said, they tell me I had the lap band surgery and they said they hating on me. She said, I didn't do none of that. She said, I just started to follow the rules, stop breaking the rules. Got it? So now when you understand it, you can know better, you can do better. Got it? So remember, if you are putting on weight and you can't let it go, see your body's like this. You can be on that treadmill for 8 hours. Your body's like,
still not doing anything.
I ain't letting this go. We in a crisis. I'm holding on to this. And you sitting there going like, man, I can't get rid of this weight. I don't know what's going on. Also, one other thing is definitely coffee. If you're drinking coffee, you're never going to lose weight, period. That's it. You know, coffee sends you into a state of fight or flight. And that's why if you're going to get a coffee, you got to get something that's an alkaline base or a low acidity coffee. That would help you out. So if you're drinking coffee, you can forget it. You're not going to lose weight because you're in a stress state. It stresses the adrenal glands, which sit on the top of your kidneys. And that's going to put you in that fight or flight mode. And when you're in that fight or flight mode, forget about it. No weight. They ain't letting this go, Big B.
I know that's right.
Because we might need this. We might need to either fight somebody or run.
Well, it's getting ready to get winter. All right, Dr.
All right,
P.
good question, though. Good question.
That's what it takes. Okay. What about, what can I do, Dr. P, about numbness in my foot and leg? What causes that? That's poor.
Yeah. Well, I would say you need to go into sort of investigative mode first. The first thing I would do is go into structural issues. Structural issues. I would definitely see some way of checking to see if there's spinal misalignments. Usually, down the leg is going to deal with lower lumbar issues. That's where you need a chiropractor to look over to see and adjust. You may need a slight adjustment with L1 through L5, somewhere around there. So I would do that first. Other things that cause that could be neuropathy. Just shaking in general. I would have more questions, of course, for them. Neuropathy, you're dealing with, nerve endings, too much sugar. It's always going to come back to sugar when you talk about neuropathy. Lack of circulation. These are all things that we do. But I can tell you there's some things that can help you with circulatory. We have those herbs that are for circulation, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. That would be butcher's broom. That would be also, if not butcher's broom, it would be horse chestnut. It also will be dandelion. Okay, those are circulatory. Celery is very circulatory. Things like asparagus, any of the allium family, which is the garlic, the onions, down to the scallions, all allium scrub brush, the Scott scrub brush, we call it, just sort of scrubs those arteries and veins. Dilators, those are all dilators also.
Okay.
All right.
All right. One more before we go up to Kathleen of the corner. This is my first time taking the colon cleanse for the season change. So how do I finish the whole bottle before I start the parasite cleanse?
How do you start it? How do
I finish the whole bottle? This is the first time. How do I finish before I start the parasite cleanse?
That's real easy. One capsule at a time. That's how you do it. You take it one at a time. Simple as that. See, when you're learning yourself for the very first time, you're going to go through. If this is your first time going through a cleanse, you got to learn about yourself. You got to learn what is your digestive system and how fast does your digestive move. Many don't know how that moves or nor how to test it. We use things to test it with things like, for example, remember we talked about the time in which you go to the bathroom from the time you're supposed to eliminate. Anybody remember that discussion we had? Of when do you go to the bathroom and how long it takes for you to eliminate? Anybody remember that? I thought I heard somebody say something. Anybody remember how many hours from the time you eat food? What is the time that's a good time for elimination? Between what hours? From the time you eat something, look at your clock and on your watch. When is the time that you should be eliminating?
Is it 18
That's a good
hours?
question.
4 a.m. to 4 a.m. to 12.
2 hours after you eat.
Okay, now slow down, y'all. Slow down. All right, good stuff.
48
but they're out of order.
too.
Not out of order. All right, yeah. It's the time that, remember, the time frame that Oscar was just talking about was called circadian rhythm. Got it? That's when to eat, when not to eat, when to rest. When you eat food, it should be between the hours that you eliminate from 18 to 48 hours. That's where your zone is, 18 to 48 hours. Anything before 18 hours is what? Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Oh, yeah. Diarrhea.
Got it? Anything after 48 is
Constipation.
Constipation.
You got it. Constipation. Yep. As my son used to tell me, he said, "Dad, you heard that new movie Constipation?" I said, "No." He said, "That's because it ain't come out yet."
See, you should put that on your.
He got me good. Got me good.
Boy, I tell
Get
you.
in the car. That's when I said, "Get in the car."
Oh man.
All right. So 18 to 48 hours. Got it? 18 to 48 hours is, well, how do you know, Doc? Because that's what you're probably saying. Well, how do you know? And how do I test myself? Well, I'm glad you asked that. So what you would do, we start with beets.
Yeah.
I know. Some people say either you love them or you hate them. Yep. There's no middle ground. Anybody? I've never seen Big B anybody say beets. You never get that.
Either is or is not.
I love them. Or I can't stand no beets. Yep. It's either you love them or you hate them. Well, okay. So here we go. You would take some beets. Got it? And when you eat the beets, that will tell you, test your clock, look at your watch. Got it? Time yourself. From the time that happens, you try to be between what? Normal would be what? 18 to 48 hours. The color of your poop, right? The color of your poop. You're going to see it.
Right.
Anything before that would be diarrhea, which means what?
Water.
Usually diarrhea is a first sign of
Not
a
much water.
foreign invader into the intestines.
Oh, okay.
It's a foreign invader in intestines. So
Mm.
the body, always trying to correct itself, says, wait a minute, we got a foreign invader in the intestines. Send extra water to flush it out.
Mm.
And that's when you get the watery stool. You got it? If you can't see God, you ain't looking. I'm sorry. If you cannot see him, you are not looking. And after that, you know, you can start to watch a clock 18 to 48. That's where you want to be. Anything after that, then you know you got constipation issues. Got it? You should always, if you eat, you must eliminate. And yes, yesterday was what? The 21st? That was, guess what? That was Indy's birthday, by the way, y'all. That was Indy's
Oh, okay.
birthday. Yeah, he's
First day of
he's a
summer.
Yeah, you
dog.
better keep in there with your plug.
He's 1 year old. We had a party for him. Yeah, he had the hat on and everything. He didn't even know it. He was just eating. He's like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? Can we do this
boy.
tomorrow?"
One more time. One more time.
All right. So
Doc,
that's your zone right there. Y'all got that? Okay,
Mhm.
everybody got that, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
18 to 48 hours. Anything before 18 is diarrhea. Anything after 48 is what? Constipation. Got it?
Mhm.
Can you
All
drink
right.
too much water that causes diarrhea? Like if you're drinking a lot of water and you're eating your fruits and your vegetables, can you still have diarrhea? Or
Well, it depends. You need to, that's where you need to start tracking your number. Your number shouldn't be over drinking amount of water to begin with, right? So it
Right,
should be half your body weight in ounces, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes, yes, you can have too much water because you're way over your numbers, and you could be moving just as fast, too fast, and you can be peeing out the good stuff too. So you don't want to move too fast. Got it? You always want to keep in balance to your number. Everything is about balance. Stay close to your half your body weight in ounces. Okay.
Oh yeah,
And also,
actually don't get up
also,
to that. But go ahead.
what was that?
I said I don't do half my body weight because when I find that I'm up to half my body weight, that's where I feel I'm going so often. And then it leads to nighttime. And I stop drinking about maybe 5, 6 o'clock, but I'm still up going. And then throughout the day, I'm still eating fruits and vegetables. And I know that the fruits are part of the water I get
Right,
too.
but follow me on this one. Follow me on this one, okay? Follow me on this one, okay? Immediately, sometimes we see things like that happen, and we all automatically think it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You're detoxing. Got it?
Okay.
You may need that water to flush out. Got it? And then you eventually will balance out. It's the inconvenience and the uncomfortableness of that really concerns people because they're not, understanding what's going on. Or they're not do that. They'll start going to the bathroom like crazy. But guess what? Your body's probably saying, I really need that much water to get out the time of toxins that I've had built up. So you will level off. You will level off, long as it's the right water, right? You got the right water, right? Yep, you got the right water. I would test your pH when you're doing that, and stay on the cleanses and things like that, but stick with it just for a little bit. I get signs like that all the time because people say, well, I'm not taking that no more. That did me some bad. I said, well, what's bad? What's the definition of bad? Boy, I threw up like crazy. I said, yep, that's exactly what you needed. So don't think that it may be sometimes your body's saying we really need to get rid of that. So just stick with it for a little bit, but I would write everything down, chart everything, write everything down. And also when you're doing that, write the comments, your personal comments of how you feel after that. So it's important to write down how you feel. So that's why that log that I have, y'all, is very powerful. That log that I gave y'all, that with this, the blood pressure, the pulse pressure, the pulse, the glucose, and you can also do the pH, all that on one thing. And then at the end, you got the comments. Download that. Go to my website. There,
See there, Nicole, right there. She got it.
Stay with that. And then when you get that, turn that into your doctor. Turn that into the doctor. Say, hey,
Okay.
here's what we're doing. This is what we're doing here.
Right.
This is what we're doing. See, it looks good
Okay.
when you stand in and you start to take account of what's going on.
Yes.
And when a doctor from an allopath sees that, he's going to say, wait a minute, they're really making a point to know what's going on with their health. So that looks good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good
oh,
stuff. Good
hey,
point.
I was on the website, and this is really short. What happened to your alkaline food chart? Because I don't see
It's
that
at
on
the-
there. You have.
Yep, it's on there. If
It's
you go
there.
all the way to the very bottom, go to
Yep,
the
it's
very
there.
bottom.
Okay.
When you go to the downloads, go all the way
Yeah.
to the very bottom. It's the last one. You see it there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good questions, though. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And it is
Okay.
Big
in
B,
the
who you
chat
got on the
box.
chat? What you got in the
Okay,
chat box?
Atasha, can you take MSM powder when you're pregnant?
I would be careful of everything when you're pregnant. Yeah. I would not. I would take only the things that, remember, when you're pregnant, you're working for two now. So you got to understand what MSM does. And really, that's not something I would recommend. I would say the person that's, the woman that's pregnant, I would have to talk to her first about all the things that is going on. MSM would not be something that we would normally go with. That's even though it does have its good things about it, but you try to look for more nurturing herbs that are dealing with the baby production and for her, because she's firing off, the progesterone, the production things for providing for the child. So there's a lot of things that naturally occur in women that you don't have to do a whole lot to. It's a natural part of the hormone process. That's why you see women get the glow. Y'all know about that, ladies, right? Y'all got the glow. They say, girl, you pregnant. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are pregnant. You sit there going like, they know. That's because you start to fire off these hormones, and these hormones start to get, and they start clicking on all cylinders because you're bringing another life in this world. Got it? When that's happening, your body's clicking on a whole nother frequency. You're on another vibration. You're doing something that, you're bringing another child through this thing called the matrix. So what's happening with that, you have to, do as little as possible, but do the proper things to stay in balance. That means certain herbs are for women that deal with that, with the babies. The baby's going to crave, the sugar. That's where the sugar issues or the sugar cravings come from, and all of that. It's fat and sugar and all this other stuff that you're craving because that's production stuff. Got it? All right.
Okay.
All right,
Dr. P, what are some of the great drinks that you can use to mix the green drink with?
Oh, sure. You can use apple juice. I would say always 100%. Okay, 100% juice. Okay. If it's concentrated, remember, put the water back in it. Right. So we try to do about 12 ounces of juice. But if it's concentrate, do 6 ounces of water, 6 ounces of juice. So we got apple juice, we got grape juice, we got pineapple juice, you got mango, you have coconut water, you have blueberry, you got cherry. So those are all good. Those are alkaline and fall on the alkaline side, anti-inflammatory. Stay away from the ones that we talk about all the time, which is what?
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Pomegranate. Cranberry, right?
Pomegranate.
Orange juice. Yes, orange juice. Only because orange juice is they're modifying the ascorbin or the scorbates or the scorbic.
Right.
Acid, and it's actually a synthetic. It's not real. That's ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. That's coming from corn, and they're adding it to this juice that they call it juice. It's not. If you have oranges, is the only exception. If you have oranges with seeds and you do your own squeezing, that's it. That's the only orange juice that would be good. Got it? Other ones would be carrot juice, and that's the orange carrot, not the purple carrot. The orange carrot, you got to watch. That happened a long time ago. That happened in Ireland a long time when they didn't have anything to participate with the food trade. They came up with the orange carrot. That's the Queen Anne's lace and the wild yam. Put together, we got an orange carrot. We can make money now. Maybe we can make some money now. So we didn't have anything to participate, so we paid homage to Queen Anne. So we made that orange carrot. So get the purple carrot. Got it? Also, tomato juice. Watch the tomato juice. They all fall on that acidic side. So just keep those in mind. Hopefully you can use any of those. Find your taste, though. I tell folks, find your taste.
Okay, Dr. P, real quick before we go to Kathleen, Sheila wants to give a big shout out to Dr. Lenny. She went to Dr. Lenny and said, no more foot pain.
All right.
No more leg pain.
Let's give her a hand.
Let's give her yes, Sheila.
That's
we'd like to hear about that kind of stuff.
Yes. And Dr. Lenny is doing a great job. You know, Dr. Lenny, the amount, I think, is he on, by the way?
I don't say he may be back in the back listening.
Yeah. But Dr. Lenny does. Yeah. So, definitely, the myofascial is the muscles that sort of wrap around and sort of knot around, and that's what causes so much problems with a lot of pain that people are experiencing. And Dr. Lenny is one of the very fortunate chiropractors that I've run into. Thanks to Cynthia. Where's Cynthia out there? Cynthia, you there?
Here I am. Yes.
Cynthia Douglas.
Both of you are my guys. You're both my guys.
Yes, that's it. Cynthia, thank you so much for the introduction to Dr. Lenny, because
you're welcome. You're welcome.
When I've met a lot of chiropractors, and I tell you, I know a lot of them, but I do not know anyone that does what he does in the way he does it.
Yeah.
And his wealth of knowledge that he does. So we're very fortunate to have someone that's in our area that we can actually talk to, that can actually break it down for you and be really honest about it. Because, sometimes y'all, it's, y'all know me. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you when it's something out of bounds. I'm going to say, look, you need to do this. Stop playing around.
Yeah.
And he's the same way. He's like, look, you got to do something. You can't just do this and continue to do that, because you're going to be basically nursing something that you need to take care of. So, he's very much, we have a lot of similar methods in the way we deal with bedside manner and dealing with the client and patient. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, let me say this, Dr. Paul. Dr. Lenny hooked the brother up too, and for those of you that are in New Jersey, see, Dr. Lenny also referred me so that I have to take that long drive over the Pennsylvania. He's got a great colleague over here in New Jersey. So if you want to know about that individual over here, just put that in your request when you send in, and I'll put that in. I'll get it. I'll get it right now. Put it in. Okay.
Okay, yeah, and put it out there and mention it for the folks who are on the phone, because a lot of folks are on the phone or not doing.
I'll do that. I certainly will do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Kathleen Jackson up there. Kathleen.
Hi, Dr. Paul. Good to talk to you again today.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. So I've been busy trying to work on some of the things that you said. So I did get the talking about the lymphatic system. Everything you already said is definitely pertaining to me, but I did get the organic lymphatic, the drops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so take it how it is on the bottle, or
which one did you get now?
Okay, I could only find the Mary Ruth.
Okay. So you got the Mary Ruth. Okay, good. So just whenever in doubt, always follow the bottle. Yeah, okay, always follow the bottle. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I can add that to the green drink, or
yep, absolutely. And that is by that's the liquid form, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just follow as is recommended. See, those herbs that are in there for the purpose of specifically moving that lymphatic system. Let me tell you, here's a proof in the pudding right now. Monkeypox.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Monkeypox. The difference between chickenpox and monkeypox is that monkeypox affects the lymphatic system. Wow. That's what is going on. It's all attack on the lymphatic system right now because we just can't get it. We got to get this stuff out of you. Remember, I told you we're not assimilating and we're not getting it out. So you can't get it in, can't get it out, and now it just sits in your system. So that lymphatic system detox. The other one was called the lymphotonic. You remember the lymphotonic I gave last week? I gave you all the lymphotonic, right?
Right. I didn't see that. Where to find it?
I gotta get that for I gotta talk to the herbal stores on that one. That's a good brand. I really love that brand. I love what they're doing. And it's a professional strength too. So yeah, that can really help a lot of folks. Really.
Okay.
Yeah, so follow the directions.
Yeah, I will. I did talk to a lady today. She's telling me she could get it for me. So
Excellent.
this is the thing. So I Googled it, like trying to find out how to do the lymphatic massage for myself. And with a lot of what I found online, they're like, oh, you might want to consult with a professional. I don't really know what to do. So I did find a lady that does a lymphatic massage. So that's who I was talking to. And she said she could get me the other one if I needed it. But my question about that is she, does, I guess, a traditional whatever for that, but she also uses a electronic device and for pumping too, and it's LymphStar Pro Fusion.
Okay, I missed that last part. You said it was what?
So she uses it, she does like regular lymphatic massage, but she also does, she said it's important to do pumping with that. And she uses an electronic device, which is called LymphStar Pro Fusion. And she said it's just going to like accelerate the process.
Okay. Now here's what you got to be aware of. Okay. This is brand new to you.
Yeah.
Okay. This is brand new. So I would take your time. Okay. Don't move too fast. That you could be moving too fast. And remember, the lymphatic system is the sewer system of the body. Got it? So when you're moving this stuff, you don't want to move it too fast. You got it? Because that's why it doesn't have a pump. It doesn't have a pump. Got it? This system moves only when you move. So before you start anything, this is all brand new for you. You just came in today. So I would say just get started. Do it naturally first. Then you can move and accelerate to those levels. Crawl, walk, run. Got it? Don't start running. That's for somebody that's running. Got it? You don't want to ruin that time. That's why I told you go to that lymphatic website to start it yourself. You can do it yourself, but you got to start slow. So you got to start with the water and the stuff we talked about. Take your time. You're releasing poison and toxins that have been sitting in the system for a long time. Remember? The lymphatic system handles bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, cancer. This is how the body naturally releases the stuff out of the body. This is a natural process that God created. But when you're not moving and this stuff backs up, it can cause a problem there too, because you got areas that still may be blocked. And if you start pushing and that stuff not moving, not a good situation. So take your time. I would take your time. Start slow with the herbs and the things that, we talked about the water and bowel movements, all that stuff, and just get it moving. Okay.
Okay, so I'll definitely make sure I take my time with that one. Because that was my next question. How often should I, be trying to do that? Is there a specific website do you know of, or?
Sure. I mean, what you mean as far as when we went to YouTube, we did one here. YouTube has an excellent link.
It's in the chat.
That you just go.
Put it in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Go ahead, Prophets. Go ahead, Prophets. I ain't even got to move. I need to move my mouse. I'm like, already.
Yes, sir.
I'll get it out of the chat. I'll get it out.
Already there.
So one other question is that I do have a doctor that was concerned about like possible nerve damage and muscle damage due to the diabetes for such a long time. He was saying that he would like to do an EMG nerve test. So that's safe and okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, remember, whenever you have any test, because everybody wants to run the test when it comes to certain things, but if you know you already are dealing with the situation because you're feeling the pain, then what you're going to do after you find out, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing. So the key is stay alkaline. Neuropathy is the key. That's it. Nerve damage is neuropathy. That's when you have the nerve endings start to feel in the hands, the feet. And that's because the cells are not producing. You can't get insulin into the cells. So the cells start to die. And then that's when it gets real bad. And then we talk about gangrene and all that other stuff. But you have to start to get moving. You got it? This is why it's called holistic health. You got to start slow, crawl, walk, run. Got it? Take your time.
And I don't have any neuropathy at all. I have never had that. So that's why I was wondering about.
Well, remember when you sat down with me, right? Did we do the arm 3A today? Remember?
Yeah, we did do that.
Okay. Remember? What did we show? You remember? It was, well, that's why I was saying that it's there. It's, many people, after you've actually take the time, to start to now feel it, it's already at a crisis state.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. So when you're dealing with diabetes, period, you're not producing the proper amount of cells because the cells, you're insulin resistant. You got it? The pancreas is not making the cell, which is the insulin, which is the turnkey. That's the turnkey, allows the nutrients to get into the cell. So it's not happening. So that's why you got to get it going. I think that you just rest assured, just get it going. And don't let all this stuff bog you down with questions and concerns and things, because that's going to throw you off point.
Yep.
Yeah. And then then you're going to spread yourself too thin. Just get started and start slow. Y'all hear that? That's for everybody.
Yes, that's everybody. That's for everybody,
That's
y'all.
for everybody.
Okay,
Y'all know y'all in. Yeah,
no,
that's everybody.
I did.
So
make
good stuff, Kathleen.
Dr. Lenny, is it okay to see him right away?
Just reach out to him.
Remember what we talk about. Go to your notes. I told you what you need to do.
So I already made it. I'm going to see him next week. So
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
See, there's certain things you can move forward on, but there's other things you got to take your time with.
Yep.
So just follow your notes and you should be fine. Okay.
I have one more thing, and I hate to bring you to this because it's a water question, but I have a mother that is just really not on board with a lot of this. So I told her what you said, and I'm trying to get her to do the right thing with the water. She gets water delivered to her house in one of those things, water cooler things. Okay. Now I called the company today because the guy who delivers don't seem to know too much stuff. The company is called Crystal.
Wrong. Not a good sign.
And my mom is getting really mad at me for questioning the guy. And I was like, I have the right to ask.
You're messing up my deal. I got a deal going on. You messing up my deal. My water deal.
The name of the company is Crystal Springs. Now, I called there today because I took a picture of the label. Now, it says the source is Bethany Springs, Heidelberg Township, Pennsylvania, Diamond Springs. The lady told me that it was bottled at the source. Do I trust her?
Well, you trust it when you test the water. That's the only thing you're going to test. You test the water. You got to get the hydrogen drops, which is I have them up here. Here they are. I always keep these with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got these right here. Can y'all see that? 3D. Yeah.
Right there. Yep.
Right there.
Right there. There you go. It goes in and out. Right there. Don't move. Don't breathe, Dr. Paul. You can't breathe. It bounces. Not allowed to breathe. There you go. Right there.
There you go. Right there. Right there. Take a picture. Hurry up. My arm hurting. Oh, right there.
Okay, I'll get the hydrogen drops.
Where can we get those drops, Doc?
Mess.
Where can we get those drops, Doc?
You can get them. That's Enagics right there, because I deal with the Kangen company. Enagic is good. You can go to their website, enagic.com, or you can go right to any pool store. Pool stores have those, the water. Yeah, you can only test water with hydrogen drops. You can't test it with the litmus paper, which is like the pH paper. No, that's not. I had so many people say, that water wasn't no good. It wasn't no good. And I say, well, what did you use? I used the litmus paper. No, that's for saliva and urine, not for water. You got it? So you don't test that with water. That is for saliva and in vitro, which is, in vitro saliva or urine. Got it?
Okay. I'll test it. Thank you.
All right, Kathleen, good stuff.
Okay, Dr. Paul, before we go to Dr. up top, I did find Dr. Broderick, over in Jersey, Broderick Family Chiropractor in Sewell, New Jersey. I put that in the chat.
Sewell?
Okay. Sewell, yes.
Okay. So Dr. Paul, you saying that tingling and burning in the leg and the foot and stuff like that is neuropathy caused by being diabetic?
It can be. That's why I said you need an assessment. I would say start first with structural issues. Make sure there's no sublation, contraction, bone touching nerve, things like that. Or, some people have bulging disc. There's a lot of reasons that can cause that. So you eliminate the structural issue first, then you move forward to what you're eating, the dietary, things like that. Yeah.
Got it.
Question.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got Dorothy up there. Hold up, Laverne. We got you in order there.
Okay.
Dorothy.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for taking my call.
Really?
So Dr. Paul, I wanted to ask you about the black seed tonic. What exactly, it has a lot of herbs in it. So if you're taking the tonic, do you not take other, like I was taking kelp anyway. If I'm taking the tonic, do I not take the kelp? What is a tonic anyway?
Well, the tonic is a combination of herbs. And remember, it goes back to what we would consider cultural, herbal, and cultural. This is what cultures did. So you remember, just like you have the Tahiti formula, you remember the Tahitian drink that everybody was drinking from Tahiti.
Right.
Well, the same thing with the black seed bitters tonic. A lot of that comes from and stems from places like West Africa. And instead of for the tribes would come together to actually put these herbs together, instead of taking one, like the black seed bitter has the burdock root in it. I always talk about it has the black seed. It's got slippery elm. It's got all the ones that dealing with. Also, it has things like I think it also has like some of the sea vegetables in there also. So all of these things that are in there are helping the tribe so that you don't have to go in and grab each one of all these herbs. About almost 15, 20 herbs in this thing.
Right.
So instead, you take the tonic. So it was specifically for a cleanse every change of seasons time.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it was for. Okay. So when you do this, you're supposed to do this every change of seasons, not necessarily something every day.
Right.
But every change of seasons is what we recommend. It's usually recommended on the bottle. If you read it, it'll tell you the whole breakdown. But
I don't recall seeing it. But I'm curious about the duration. So do I take it for a couple of weeks or?
Sure. Yeah. It's a detox can last for about 30 days. That's what a detox. When we do a cleanse, is between 30 and 40 days.
Okay.
That's to be effective. That'd be effective.
Okay.
That's why we tried to say, anything less than that, those 14-day cleanses. Some of y'all got stuff back from the 70s in there.
Yes, Lord. I know that's right, buddy. Well,
some of y'all got stuff in there from the 70s, boy. No.
All right. Thank you. And Dr. Paul, I was thinking about when you did the talk about sound therapy, because I bought my son a singing bowl for Father's Day.
Oh, what a great gift.
And that thing was so, we're still talking about it. It was so exciting. And I can't even describe it. I now have to go get myself one. It was wonderful. Just
Yes.
you know, it was. I don't know what
You
to
know, the
say.
singing bowls tend to bring a lot of peace in your home. You know, you might want to start it off every morning just before when you get up.
Right.
You remember when I rang the bell?
Yeah.
Put you right there, just soothing. Yep. Just
my
sort of
11-year-old granddaughters had to teach me how to make that baby sing, but they you know, they were like this natural for children somehow to catch on to it. But it was I thought about the sound therapy, and I wanted to say it was a great experience shopping for it. So
yes. And you learn so much. Oh my goodness. It's a wealth of knowledge with the sound therapy. And they have them at different pitch and different tones. And I tell you, it makes you feel, you got to sort of work around it, because sometimes you may have a different vibration or frequency for a certain day. You know, there's ones that deal with stress. There's ones that deal with anxiety. There's one that deals with just, I need some sleep. You need some, you got all kinds of great things. So yes, the singing bowls are excellent. Great gift. What a great gift.
I bought a tone D. It was a D tone, and it was I think it's the heart chakra or something. But it was great. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah. Thank you, Dorothy. Appreciate you.
All right.
And you know what's so important about that? You know, I used to give out the frequencies. Did I give y'all the frequencies for the?
Yes.
I know the frequencies, but did I give you the notes for the body? Like what part of the body? What notes? Like you know, like each body, each. Did I give y'all that?
You gave the body.
You discussed it. I don't think you gave us the actual notes.
Yeah, we did get the sounds. We did get the sound.
Y'all did get the sounds, right?
We got the frequency.
Some people did. Some people were absent.
And the body system, you said like certain sounds are for the heart and for depression or for this or for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people are new, Dr. Paul.
I got you covered. She said some people is new. No, my nerves. All right, I got you. So maybe if I can, let me see if I can grab it. Let me see here. I'll see if I can grab something here. All right, go ahead. We'll take some more questions while I look here. And if I can pull it up, I'll pull it up. And there's a frequency breakdown of all of, you know, in your body. There's, you know, like there's a frequency for everything. That's how the herbs work. You know, you ever wonder, like, how does a herb, you know, how is it that an herb is for a specific part of your body? And you're like, well, how does it know? Well, it's based on frequency. It's based on vibration. And that's what they do. You know, they go right in. And basically they let's see here. No, it's not signing in. Oh, my new computer's not acting up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get in here.
Dr. Paul.
So for example, yes.
Sorry. Dr. Paul, I have my notes, and February 2nd, 2022 is when you did the frequencies.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Hold up. Let me see if I can find that. Y'all got better notes than I do. Hold on. Let me see here. Grab it.
Officers, if you have those notes, can you get them to me? Because I was fighting COVID during that time.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I had those, but I will check. What was that date again?
February 22nd.
Thank you.
February 2nd. No. The date is February 2nd.
February 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was another one though. I have to. I gotta load some software here in order to pull that file. But you know what? Wait a minute. I got it on here.
Yeah, you did. You did give it. Yeah, I do that. I have my notes.
Hold on. Okay.
And listen, guys, while Dr. Paul's looking for that, Dr. Lenny said, listen, if you want to know of a good doc, just send him your zip code, and he'll look up and recommend a good guy near wherever you are. Okay.
All right.
You can send it to me, and I'll make sure that I forward it to him.
That's Dr. Lenny worldwide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Bill, does it matter what state you're in?
Not at all.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what state you're in.
I'm gathering it because he
matter.
says happy to find a doc for everyone. Just shoot me a zip code and I'll do whatever I can to try and recommend a great doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if I can
Oh,
find.
Dr.
this
Lenny
thing.
is online. He did
Yes,
not
he's-
give us
he's
his
online.
email address. He is online. So if you want to just shoot it a zip code, either put it in the chat box.
Just put it in the chat. Right.
Lenny Roberts.
Yep.
All right, Dr. Lenny. All right. Let me see if I can find this frequency thing for y'all. I'm on my phone, so bear with me here. But yeah, go ahead and ask a question. Anyone have another question?
Yes,
can
I
take it
do.
while I'm looking for it.
Yeah, let me,
Okay. All right, Laverne.
yes, sir. Dr. Paul, would you also recommend milk thistle since it cleans the liver, the lymphatic system? Would it also be good for the lymphatic system?
Yep. Anything that cleans the liver cleans the lymphatic system.
Thank
That's
you.
correct.
Thank you very
Yep.
much. I
So
got it
yes,
right here.
and remember that's on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and also
it's-
milk thistle does a little bit more than it also is good for women. Hormones. Yes, hormones, cycles, rhythms. So not only with the liver, but it gives a little extra additional support for balance and rhythms and cycles. And remember, we all are cycling. We all still cycle. You may not physically still cycle or have a period piece, but you still cycle. Men cycle too. And a lot of women say, yep, you know that.
I know
doctor.
that's
You gotta
right.
Tell us that.
Yep.
Yep, men have periods also.
One of the men said, really?
Yeah.
It comes in two strengths. This
I heard
one,
you, Oscar.
250 milligram strength.
I'm trying not to
and
get in trouble with y'all,
175.
bro. Yep, milk thistle. It comes in different forms, so take it as recommended on the bottle. Got
Thank
it?
you. Thank you.
Start slow. Crawl, walk, run. Right?
Yes, sir.
Crawl, walk, run.
Thank you, Dr.
Okay.
Paul. Thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.
All right. We'll go back to Galaxy S9 up in the corner.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
me. This is Sharice. Hi, everybody.
Just fine, Sharice.
Hey, Sharice, what's going on?
Not much. Well, I got some good news. I'm no longer pre-diabetic.
All right.
Whoa! Everybody, come off mute right now. Hey!
That's what's up. That's what's up. She had been hanging out with the family tree.
Congratulations.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
Happy
That
All
is
right.
awesome.
Amen.
Yes, and
That is
also-
awesome. All right,
Yes.
tell us the story. What
All right,
happened?
so also, I'm still working on my lymphatic system as well. But I know that it's like, I guess it's dissolving because they was like really formed in one big lump, and now they're like in small teeny clusters. So I guess they're dissolving away.
Yep, they're dissolving, breaking it down.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Awesome.
but
Awesome.
Also, I have a question. As far as like mushrooms, is there any particular mushroom to stay away from?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that's growing out in the park. You don't play with these mushrooms, y'all. Let me tell you, you better know your mushrooms.
I've been eating a lot of the.
Don't be going out there talking about this is organic, and you get it next thing you know, you jumping off and took off your clothes and running around naked. No, that'd be tiptoeing through the tulips. No, don't do that. We got over 3,000 different variations of the mushroom.
Wow.
Now, you're probably saying to yourself, why is it that, some of them are like that and they so, people start tripping out on mushrooms? That's because there's a whole spiritual thing that people don't talk about mushrooms.
Yes.
Mushrooms are, without mushrooms, it's the most syndicated network on this planet.
Yes, sir.
So every mushroom you pull is connected to every mushroom on the planet.
Oh boy.
That's deep.
Wow.
That's deep. That's deep. That's bottom of the ocean right there. It's connected to a spiritual network that when you get that, you can't handle that. You're like, whoa. and you start seeing things and opens up the pineal gland and you connect to this network of Mother Earth, or we say daughter Earth, Mama Universe. Woo, that's heavy. So that's where we start to connect these things, and that's where this whole connection comes into focus, where it connects you to that network. So you got to know what you're picking. And that's why when people start saying, the psychotropics, that comes from a lot of the things that deal with mushrooms. Got it? So you got to know what you're picking. You got to know what's in order. Some of the ones that are pretty much in balance that people look for is things like lion's mane.
Yeah, I ate that before.
Chaga. Chaga.
Okay.
Yep. Turkey tail. Turkey tail is really good. So the shiitake, there's a lot of good ones. So they all are good for memory, focus, concentration. See how it's all dealing with that upper chakra, brain, memory, dementia, Alzheimer's. That's what it's always been known to. Yep. So, it is a fungus. Yes, it is a fungus. But some people cannot deal with the fungus issues if they have yeast problems. But I would say that, for higher levels of cognitive ability, that's where, the mushroom is. They used to, back in the day, you remember they used to wear the big giant turbans around their head like that? Back in the I think it was in the times of Zoroastrianism, they actually used to wear these big things, and it was actually represented as the Magi. The Magi's actually did that because they represented and paid homage to the mushroom. That's why they had the mushroom domes on. There's a whole documentary on BBC, I believe, that you can look at on the mushroom.
Okay.
That talks about that.
Now, what about the Bella mushrooms? Are they pretty good too?
Yeah, all of them. As long as they're, they're pre-picked, and see, people know what they're growing. So they, you're not, don't take the chance and be out there and something looks psychedelic and you go out there and grab it and say, Charlie, where you go, girl? Where you go?
Climbing a tree.
What you doing?
Wow.
You're over there hugging on the tree, baby. Like,
oh boy, I tell you.
I got one more thing. Is it good to eat wild rice pretty much every day and like quinoa? Or should you
say that.
What was the first one?
What was the first
rice.
one?
The wild rice.
Wild rice. Yeah. Wild rice
every day.
Yeah, you can, it's I would try to say not everything every day, but these are things that you could put in your dietary, because you got to watch the lectin issues with grains, period. Any grains, you got to watch too much of it, mix it up a little bit, but also take a break, y'all. Sometimes you got to fast, stop eating, give yourself a break. It could be like for an afternoon or something, slow down. Sometimes you need to, when you start feeling bloated every time you eat, it's time to slow down. It's time to slow down. Take your time. Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Dr. Paul, one last question. My mom texting me. She's like, can you ask this question? What's good for dry eyes?
Remember, we start for dry eyes. I would suggest just washing the eye first with a good alkaline water first, and start there. Because what you're doing is you're introducing alkaline water to the eye, and that helps to break down a lot of the mucus. So that can help. Also, you can take a warm rag, put it under the water, from the warm water, wring it out, and put those warm rags right over the eyes. That helps to release some of the blockages that are in the eye. Also, we do this thing. Y'all remember this?
Right.
Remember this? You do this, and then you place it over the eye, the palms. Y'all remember that? Oh, that was another group. Okay. Okay.
I remember.
Oh, okay. Got it. So yeah, some of those things will help. I would start there first. Crawl, walk, run. Got it? There are herbs that help that, like the eye wash, which we always talk about, the Dr. Christopher's eye bright, but it takes a discipline with that. So I would start first with just clearing out the eyes as much as you can by washing them. Start with that first. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. What do we have then?
Okay, Zipporah.
Wait a minute, Dr. Paul, I found my notes for the tones for the body. It's
Mhm.
February 9th, 2022. And that's the tones for the body.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank-
and I
February
do have
9th.
them.
Okay, let
Thank
me
you.
go back and
Thank you. Yeah, I got them. Actually, I have them here.
Okay, good.
And I wanted to go over them because it affects, the different tones of music is, and like you said, you can buy the bowls and the different keys and things like that. Or you can, believe it or not, you can go right on YouTube and punch in and you can play a bowl at a certain frequency or a certain note. Got it? And you just listen to it. Sometimes these are the things that I go to sleep to. I go to sleep to these sometimes. So here it is.
wait. Give me a minute. Okay, you can start talking.
Okay, got it. All right. Oh no, God. All right.
8:53 while you counting down the seconds.
All right. You waste the time. All right. First note is D. The D note. D is for digestion and assimilation. It deals with diseases involving the lungs and also respiratory issues. So if you know someone has like respiratory issues, breathing problems, emphysema, asthma for children, that D note is very good. So you might have a bowl. You might be a good gift for a child that has asthma. Have them just play that little, helps to deal with those things. Got it? The effects in it. Next one is G. G. Now, what I'm doing is the bass notes. So it's the root notes. So it's not, so if you're like a D, for example, if it was like, let's see, D sharp, things like that, that's actually in that same line. Got it? So it would be D sharp is also included. Or if it was E, it would be E flat, things like that. If you know music, that's where we are. So I'm just going to give you the roots. So it's D is the digestion and assimilation, diseases involving the lungs and respiratory system. G is dealing with stimulates tranquility, peace. It eliminates infections and increases the immune system. So that G is for someone who may have come out of a situation that we're just coming out of the hospital, or they may have been someone through some trauma or something like that, and they need to build the immune system. The G note, the G. Got it?
Stimulates tranquility.
The C, somebody is playing. All right, C. And C, I don't know if that's somebody, just mute yourself. C, and that's also like, of course, in music is what? Middle C, right?
Yes,
Middle C is where you start on a piano, right? That's blood, diseases, and purification. So that's when we talk about the blood cleansers. So if you're taking like a good herb for cleaning the blood, like that black seed tonic we talked about, or Vern talked about the milk thistle or the burdock root or something like that, you start to also listen to the tones that are in the key of C. Wow. All right. Next,
I'm sorry, blood diseases and what?
Purification.
Purification.
The next one is E. E. That deals with purification also. But this one deals with assisting in healing for things like diabetes. That's the one. E is that is that tone for diabetes. Wow. That's pretty deep. Also, it deals with intestinal and bowel diseases and things like that. So anything like diverticulitis, blocked bowels, issues with, you remember we talked about the hiatal hernias, things like that. So things like that would be beneficial, and that would be the key of E. We got some music people on here. We got some music folks. Boy, not everybody
No.
mentioned at one time. I was gonna say everybody's like,
This is
all
Nate.
right.
I took
Hey,
music
Nita.
from Blanche
Okay.
Burton's mother.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome. I didn't know you were on there, Nita. How you doing?
I'm on. I wasn't on last week. It's just prayers for
Oh, okay.
everyone. Put prayers in. My husband had a stroke.
Oh, sorry to hear. Sorry to hear that. And you know what? Nita, while you're saying that, before we Big B, I want to say something. I mentioned this to you last week and we never followed through with it. But
Yes,
you know
I know.
what? We need to I'm gonna stop right now because this is how important this is.
Yes.
If you have someone that needs to go on a prayer list right now for whatever they're going through, drop their name right in the chat right now. Do it right now. Don't wait. Don't delay. If you're gonna pray for somebody, whether it's them to get well, to listen to you, because you've been talking about all this health stuff and they ain't paying no attention to you, whatever, or whatever the situation you may be going through, or something that someone in your family is going through, or someone that's close or you've been going through or about to go through, or whatever. I want you to put that in there. We're going to get a prayer wall going here. How about that?
Yes.
That sound like a plan?
Yes.
All right. And we want to cover and protect that and put it in prayer, that everything, and drop their name right in the box right now. Drop their name in there. Call their name. We're going to hold them up in prayer. All right. That's important. If you're going to do a family tree, they say what? The family that prays together
stays together. Yes, right.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's right, buddy.
All right. So definitely, we're going to keep you in prayer, Anita. Got it?
Thank you.
All right. So let's see. Where were we?
We're at E, yes.
E. Okay. So we talked about, that was what? Purification, assistance in dealing with things like diabetes, specifically
internal diseases.
Internal and bowel diseases. Yep. So that means IBS issues, gas, bloating, all of those things. Yep. Sort of, and the reason why, because when you hit those tones, it deals with a frequency in your spine. Did you know that the first piano was your spine? Is your spine?
I know that's right.
That's the first one. Absolutely. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Right there. We can see that whole thing when I did the chakras chart. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So B is the next one. B, the key of B. That deals with the nervous system. That also deals with the eye and the brain issues or injuries of the brain, and also insomnia. If you got a problem sleeping at night, you can go right to YouTube and punch in tone of B, and then that's actually music in the key of B, or tones in the key of B, and it'll probably knock you right on out. You'll be out for the count. I can't sleep. You waking up the next morning. How about that?
Oh, that's right.
Next one is F. Okay, F is actually the nervous system, circulatory system, and the heart. You got that? The nervous system, circulatory system, and the heart. So that's good for someone with neuropathy. We talked about neuropathy, right? We talked about also things like the autonomic system. When when someone may have been affected by things like like MS, multiple sclerosis, things like ALS, Lou Gehrig's, Parkinson's. That's the key right there that affects the nervous system, but also the circulatory system. That means swelling in your feet. That also means tingling in your fingers and your hands. That can also mean circulatory, meaning numbness at their thing, or cramps in your legs, things like that. Or also, again, that would be all heart issues. So that's high blood pressure, anxiety, dealing with things like hypertension. All of that falls under the key of F. Got it? F. And then the last one is A. The A. Key of A. That deals with diseases of the eye, the ears, the nose, any dental issues or emotional disorders. Wow.
One more
got
time,
a lot
Dr.
of that
P.
going on right there. Okay, sure. A, the key of E.
Mhm.
Key of A, I'm
A,
sorry. Key
yes.
of A deals with diseases of the eyes. Now, we just talked about glaucoma. We talked about issues with the dryness in the eye. We talked about cataracts, ears, ringing in the ears, nose, sinuses. Got it? Sinuses. You know, sometimes people have blocked sides of the nostrils where you can't breathe out of one side versus the other side. Got it? Dental. So that means all your teeth. Got it? Dealing with teeth. And then emotional disorders. So that means if you're talking about emotional disorders, so that means that also goes back to the liver because you're dealing with the organ of the emotions is your liver. Got it? Okay, that's all of them, yeah.
Hey, Doc, you also said that E is also for nasal. Is that correct? Previously, you said E is associated, the note of E is associated with nasal.
Said
No. E is for purification. That deals with diabetes. That's the one for intestinal and bowel diseases. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's enough from a previous time. Okay.
Okay. Now, last thing I
Can
want to
you
leave
please
you
give
with.
me G again?
Okay, G. G is that's the one that deals with that peace, that tranquility.
Right.
You know, after you know, everybody done got on your last nerve. Everybody done got on your last nerve. That stimulates tranquility and peace. And that also deals with eliminating infections and increases your immune system. So it builds you back. It's a regenerator. So that's like the G is that regeneration note. Now, isn't this interesting? Now, I want you to start going back to your favorite songs. And you're going to notice that some of the reasons why some of your favorite songs have everything to do with the way they feel and the way they make you feel after you listen to them. A lot of gospel music, y'all. Gospel has this feel. You know, there's nothing like gospel music.
I know
It
that's
has
right.
a way of stirring the soul, you know. Remember they call them soul stirrers. You know?
Yeah.
Sam Cooke. Got it. So last thing I want to leave because we got to get ready to go. I got to get ready to go. And we got I think the board's the last one. I want, you know, remember we did the sounds that you can make. You remember the A, right? The A.
That's what I was talking about. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, like you do the A. Got it. Now, these were, don't mix that key up with the sound of the E. That's correct.
Right.
That's the difference. Yeah. So A would be the healing of the lymphatic in the digestion. So that's A. Everybody say it. A. Got it. The next one it would be A-H.
Yeah, I got
All right, choir. Let's go now. All right, choir. All right, the next one is ha, H-A-H. Ha. That's for the heart. That's for the heart. The heart, the gallbladder, and the liver. Ha. Got it? Ha. Ha. Got it? Well, y'all something, boy. I'm going to make a record of y'all. All right. The next one is Ka. K-A-H.
Right.
Ka. You can almost feel if you hold that note, if you hold these tones, at that certain level, you can feel that part of your body, you know, vibrating. That's how powerful this is. The next one is E. Now, where you feel that? Everybody should feel that way. Where you feel it? Right in your head. Yep, right in your head. That's the pineal, the pituitary, and your nasal passages. Got it? The O. That, believe it or not, that is good for diabetes also, because it deals with the pancreas and also the spleen. That's a detox. That's a detox. So we go, and the last one is you. The last one is you. The last one is you. That's the stomach, the large, and the small intestines. All right, we got to go, y'all. That was it. We got
So one is the basic notes, and the other is what's the difference?
There's no
right.
H.
The one is there. Right. The other one is remember. Remember, the first one I give you was the tones on a keys. That's the P, like the piano.
Okay.
Right.
The other one were
It's on the
sound.
charger.
Okay, got you.
So
Got
Tones
it?
versus sound.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
All right,
There's no
Zipporah.
H
Okay.
tone on the piano.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
There's
Remember
no
the
H.
pa.
You.
Go get some
There is.
sleep.
I did ha. I did ha.
Okay.
I did ha.
Yes.
Ha. 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 H. All right. So those are the tones that give you the sounds that bring you to each organ. Got it? That's what it deals with. So you can, whatever your condition is, you can see those tones and you can use that as a way of sort of getting yourself in order in the morning, with your prayer, with your meditation, things that you're doing. You might want to go through those sounds or, like I said, if you have problems at night, just bring up that YouTube and just let it play. You can play it and just kind of go to sleep to these things, these tones. They help you. They really do help. All right. So Zipporah, we're going to pull up the ankle with you today. All right. This evening.
Read yourself.
Unmute. There you go. There you go.
Unmute yourself.
All right, I have three things. Number one is that my insomnia is gone.
That's good.
All right. Insomnia is gone. Let's give him a hand. We got to come off mute just for a second, just to say, hey. All right.
Hey.
Celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you.
Yay.
Celebrate you. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. I know you've been struggling with that for a while. So definitely congratulations. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Where's am I?
All right. All right. So what's up? We got to get ready to go,
Yeah, I
Zipporah.
know. I'll make it quick. All right. My second question is about the Brewer's yeast powder. Now I have the Blue Bonnet brand. Is that also all right?
Like I said, I'm only going to recommend the one that I recommended. Okay. And that's the one that I recommended, which was the one that I know that is a good one. I can't recommend anyone else other than what I know. And that's the one that's the Lewis Lab.
Lewis Labs.
Yeah.
All right. All right. My final question is, you have like, they're not called flows, but flashes of light. There's some peripheral vision on the left side. That's what I see. On the left side is that they haven't. I haven't seen them lately. But then, I think walk, float and fly and pass with them.
Yeah, Zipporah, you're going in and out, but it sounds like you were saying something about flashing lights. So just make sure that you have no structural issues. Got it? You got to make sure you don't have any structural issues first. Okay.
All right.
All right.
There's also
All right.
on the left side.
Yeah. Anytime you're having anything like that, that's showing flashes or things like that, you got to get yourself checked out. Okay. A cervical check. See, make sure, because ringing in the ears, flashing lights, things like that has a lot to do with structural issues. So you got to eliminate that first. Okay.
All right.
And what was the last one?
Herbs.
One more.
All right. Any herbs for the flashing lights besides the structural issue?
No, you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. You got to find out what it is first. Then you can address it. You got it? So find out what it is first. But it starts with a structural issue. You got to make sure you eliminate that out the equation. Because let me tell you, you could have something that you can get it, it's been on there for years. And as soon as you correct it with maybe an adjustment, it goes away. You don't know. So you got to find out first to make sure you do the process of elimination. Okay.
All right, process of elimination. All right.
Yeah. All right, Zipporah. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Big B, it's time to wrap it up.
Buddy.
I think Prophetess got ghost on us. I think she said, I had enough.
She said, I'm is out of here.
She got up there, but let's give Prophetess a hand.
As always. That's what's up.
In the chat.
Prophetess always makes it happen.
She'll probably see this. She'll probably see this on the video, the rebroadcast. But thank you so much, Prophetess, for all that you do. And she's keeping everybody on point. All right, Big B, tell them how they can be a part of this to keep this thing going and how you can support the family tree. All right.
You got a copy of that. That's right, guys. As usual, in order to get a copy of tonight's chat, send me an email. Okay. Send my email, mechavideo@gmail.com. Okay. Again, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. Now, to continue to support the family tree, use Dr. Paul's Cash App, guys. That's $ Dr. Paul Hop. Okay, that's $ Dr. Paul Hop. And if you use Zelle, you want to use Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Now, we also have a P.O. box over here in New Jersey. Send that to me at P.O. Box 191, Mulligan Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Okay, if you got that, hey, that all works.
All right, Big B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big B, a hand over there. Let's put his hands together.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Family, did you learn anything tonight, y'all?
Wow. All right. Okay, so yeah.
Remember, the only thing I charge you with is the truth. Go tell somebody, right? Your only mission is to go tell somebody about what you're going through. And also, and then here's my buddy Indy comes down here.
Yes.
I say. It's amazing. Comes down here every time. End of the show. It's bone time.
I know that's right, buddy. Get it, Sheila.
Thank everyone for chiming in. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Yes.
We want to start to get through, and hopefully you all got something out of the day. You know, you can always get this on the rebroadcast on Dr. Paul's Holistic Health Network, which is on Facebook. Subscribe to the Facebook, and you can get all the shows. So we do WRD, and we do the Family Tree, and you can go back almost 2 years now.
Yes,
right?
sir. At least that. Yes.
At least 2 to 3 years of talks and conversations that we have. So, God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
you got a shot. Yes.
All right. We got to work it out. Because Marcy over there, Marcy said I better work it out, man.
I know that's right. Hey.
Come on. Tap it out. Good. Tap it out.
All right, Marcy. Carol G. Yeah.
Trust me, don't stop breathing.
Animado e o que eu quero é sambar. Este samba que eu visto de maracatu. Samba de
right under here.
Mais que nada, samba como este tão legal. Você não vai querer que eu chegue no final.
Good. Come on back here to the sternum, right here. That's for anyone dealing with cancer issues, right there. That releases the proper amount of alkalinity, right there. All right, good. All right, tap it out on the hands. Get the inside. Then breathe on the inside. Good. All right. To the left and the right. Where you at, y'all? All right, get that food out the way. Come on. The left and the right. Tap. What's on the right side? What's on the right side?
Liver.
What's on the right side?
Beside my hand.
Hamburger.
Wow.
quero passar. Que o tio samba está animado e o que eu quero é sambar. Este samba que é um misto de maracatu. É samba de preto velho, é samba de preto duro. Ui, mais que nada. Um samba como este tão legal, você não vai querer que eu chegue no final.
Rub, and we're gonna wipe it on down. Wipe it on down. Wipe it on down. Wipe it on down. Don't touch yourself. You gotta feel all the energy, all that good energy, good conscious thoughts. Y'all do this every morning. This is called an energy bath. Just in case you don't take baths no more.
Well, hallelujah.
Don't forget the soap. Don't forget
Wow.
Bring on down. Yeah, all the way down. Ground yourself. That's right. The last one. Clap, 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 clap. Rub and stop. And then rotate that top one. You feel it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel that little holiday. Getting big. Take it over. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to the family tree. All right, see, dancing on out, dancing on out. Big B, let's get again, buddy.
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right. Let's see the dance out there. There go Margaret. Go get it, Margaret. Go get Margaret.
Here's the Margaret. Hey.
Herb.
Hey.
I see you, Herb. I see you, Frank. I see you over there, Frank. Frank,
Yes, yes, yes. Get it, Frida. Get it, Frida. Kick it. Kick it, Frida. Back point, big point. Totally, all right. That's what's up.
All right. It's been a pleasure, family. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. We'll see you.
Love you, Dr. Paul.
All right. Love y'all.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you.
All right. Go tell somebody.
Yes. Don't forget, guys, to put those names in the chat for the prayer list. All right, now.
All right, I think we got to do a countdown. We got to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, kind of slow.
1. Bye.
God bless y'all.